springtime. We're still producing our show, you're still finding ways to watch it, and Fridays are still awesome. So at least this pandemic hasn't changed everything. I'm Carl Azus for CNN 10. Some American intelligence officials say it may never be known exactly where COVID-19 came from. Scientists originally believed it started spreading from a seafood and animal market in Wuhan, China, but we told you last week how researchers didn't all agree with that explanation. And now, U.S. government investigators say they're looking at several theories for how the virus got into people and started spreading, including the possibility that it came from a Chinese research laboratory in Wuhan. American intelligence officials are examining whether some kind of accident led to COVID-19 getting out of the lab and into the public. They say they don't think it was developed as a biological weapon. They also say it's too early to draw any conclusions, and the Chinese government has denied that lab research led to the coronavirus pandemic. But the search for answers continues as the disease continues to spread. U.S. President Donald Trump says America is past the peak on new coronavirus cases, so he's looking at ways to reopen certain parts of the country. But some health experts say more testing is still needed before that should happen. And the governor of New York, the state with the most cases, says businesses and schools there will stay shut down until at least May 15th. We know that for you students watching our show, this is not how you pictured the school year panning out, especially you graduating seniors. So here's a look at some of the challenges that American teenagers are facing and how they're overcoming them.
As a freshman, they kind of tell you like, oh, you know, everything's going to build up to senior year, and kind of everything is like going down the drain now.
Me and my team are really like motivated and determined to like go win the championship next year. I would be like very like bummed out if I happened to like miss my senior season.
My mental health has affected so much of my senior year, and then for coronavirus to take like the remainder of that is definitely something that has been hard.
She loves me, and to my amazement,
I got accepted to the University of the Arts in Philadelphia, which I was really excited to be going to. But now I don't know where I'm gonna go. My mom lost her job. My dad might get laid off. I don't know what's gonna happen with him. So if we can't afford to pay the bills, then I might have to go to community college or something like that. I've kind of come to terms with it, but it's also depressing to think about because, you know, it shouldn't have been this way.
I'm practicing, but not with my team. I'll go to the park by myself or with my dad, my brothers. I do like a little workout with like cone drills and ladder. I just miss being with like my teammate and bonding with them.
It's me doing my chemistry homework from my bed, where I've been doing everything else as well recently.
I never really considered like being able to go to school every day and like being able to go to the store when I needed to without like being worried.
You know, it's every kid's dream to like be able to have like that prom, like the perfect prom, and to be able to walk at graduation with all his tassels.
I missed out a lot of what I think like the dream high school experience was, but I don't think that was robbing me of my high school experience. Like I think that was my high school experience, and I think that's what I was supposed to experience.
I feel like I'll cherish like more moments like with friends, family. Definitely like change like what I think about life and how I think.
I'm trying to stay on the positive side. Here and now, this is only a fraction of my life. You know, I'm going to be going so far and beyond into the stuff that I'm going to do in my life.
I think it's just important that we like acknowledge how disappointing this is because it's a loss to everybody for different reasons. And while it's disappointing, we also have to use it as something to help us move forward.
10-second trivia. Which of these layers of the Earth's atmosphere is the highest? Thermosphere, troposphere, mesosphere, or stratosphere? Of these options, no layer is higher than the thermosphere, where the temperature gets hotter the higher you go. The stratosphere extends from about 6 to 30 miles over our heads, and that's where a company called Worldview wants to take people in a capsule attached to a balloon if they can afford it. Here's what the Worldview would look like if and when these trips get off the ground.
I think it would be a tremendous shame to live my entire life on a planet I've never really seen. I think that sort of changes how you view life and really gives you a better appreciation.
We're working to make space as accessible as a commercial airline flight. We have people from all around the world who bought tickets to fly in the Worldview capsule. Our tickets right now are $75,000 a seat. The oldest person is in their 80s.
Air Force balloonist Captain Joseph Kittinger Jr. is laced into an elaborate pressure suit in preparation for a daring ascent into the stratosphere.
The idea for balloons in manned space goes all the way back to Kittinger in the 50s. Before the age of rockets and the great space race, we were using high-altitude balloons to take people to the edge of space. And so it's this really old idea that's laid dormant really for the last 60 years, and it seemed it was time to bring it back. As we began to develop that project, the StratX program came along. The team really gelled around taking Alan Eustace to the edge of space and having him jump from the edge of space down very quickly. The team and that technology essentially formed the basis of Worldview.
The balloon that takes the capsule up is about the size of a football stadium. So imagine looking out the window when it's completely dark out and there's an incredible starscape outside, like really nobody has seen except the astronauts. And you'll see the sun start lighting up the planet below you. You'll see the curvature of the Earth, but the sky will still be black. It's going to be the most extraordinary sight.
When it's time to come back, we open up a big parafoil that is about 3,200 square feet, the largest parafoil that's ever been operated. This parafoil, for example, is about 1,200 square feet, so it'd be about 3 times bigger than this one. The balloon itself falls essentially in a big ball of plastic towards the Earth, but then a team goes out and collects the balloon, and it gets turned into plastic bottles.
We really feel that taking people up in this way is going to really open the door to a space experience in a way that you really can't do any other way. Humans have always explored. We've always gone beyond. We always have. And we always must. That's what, in large measure, makes us human.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would? None if he had pizza. A woman in Philadelphia says she noticed her dogs were looking intently out the glass door, and on the other side, looking right back at them, was this merry munchin' marmot, as the groundhog gorged himself on a stray piece of pie. This apparently went on for an hour before the ravenous rodent wrapped his refection and rambled away. Who would chuck the chance to capture a varmint like a marmot, carving out the time to groundhog every pizza pie he could? It's a cheesy slice of life that would leave even the crustiest rodent hungry for Groundhog Day. Rochester Beacon Academy is a beacon of education in Rochester, Minnesota. We hope you and everyone watching worldwide has a wonderful weekend. I'm Carl Azus for CNN.